right, so moving on. Okay, so we do 7 and 14-day plant-based challenges. Basically, what we do we construct an evidence-based meal plan for them, and I'll go in detail about this. Daily lunch and dinner are delivered to the participants who sign up, and it's all for a certain cost. And the participants who sign up for these challenges always have an open communication with the doctors and organizers of the competition. So, if they're feeling any complaints, or, there's always going to be a transition period where your body needs adjusting. So that's where us doctors are there to help them with that. And we do blood tests before and after the challenge to actually see the improvements and the results. So these are the kind of foods that we constructed for them. So green to go food, and I'm talking about all the fresh vegetables and fruit in variety of colors, and whole grains like brown rice and oats and quinoa, whole wheat rice, beans, noodles, legumes, lentils and beans. Tofu and tempeh is your important source of your protein. Ground flaxseed, chia seeds, and all kinds of other seeds like pumpkin seeds and all that in moderation in a day, because you need those for omega-3 sources. You can drink water, tea, coffee. Of course, you need to drink water every day. So you can drink tea and coffee at any time, but then without sugar and also without the animal-based milk. So we do advocate to try to go for non-dairy type of milk, like soy milk or almond milk or oat milk, and even nowadays they have milk made out of green peas, so we call it pea milk. But it's really yummy. So initially sometimes it might take time to get adjusted to the taste and all that. But I love to drink tea with soy milk and almond milk. So these are like my favorite things right now, and I'm sure as time goes by, everyone will get, will start loving the taste for it, because it does good things to your body as well. So these are the things we tell participants to avoid, and also we don't put any of these in the foods that we deliver to them. So there's no processed food, there is no oily or deep fried food, no refined sugars, and this I'm talking about 100 plus and all the cokes and everything. Even fruit juices that are sold in the supermarkets, they have lots of sugar added to them on top of the sweetness from the fruit itself. So a no-no for that. And as well, canned sauces as well has a lot of sugar in it sometimes. So for salt, we limit it to 1 teaspoon a day. So basically, if they are having their own meals at home, we're only giving them lunch and dinner. So they have to provide their own breakfast and snacks by themselves. So we ask them to only limit it to 1/3 of a teaspoon of salt. So refined and bleached flour is also should be avoided. Anything with white flour, basically, and all dairy products. So milk, cheese, yogurt, eggs. So anything that has eggs in it, like ice cream and all that kind of things, also should be avoided during the challenge to see the most optimal results. And of course, meat. Any kind of meat, even seafood. So yeah, these are the yummy foods that we have prepared. So you wouldn't think that plant-based food can look so good. And actually, this is all by our our wonderful 5-star chef, Chef Dave, and he's had experiences with Disney cruises and Shangri-La. Basically, he prepares. These are like my favorites. So we've got veg kuteh, we call it, a vegetarian version of bak kuteh. We've got nasi biryani, we've got a banana leaf platter and nasi kerabu, as well as the Malaysian poke bowl with percik sauce, tom yum, and nasi lemak at the bottom. So, these are the kinds of foods that are being delivered, and it's also to educate the participants and whoever who join the challenges, is that all this food can be recreated at home. It's not a difficult thing, and I will show you what my family and I did for Christmas. Is we recreated the Malaysian poke bowl with percik sauce. So it looks so colorful, and it really does show that you can make plant-based food at home with limited expenditure. You don't need to spend so much for all this. And it's all raw ingredients. It's all healthy. The only thing which you need to cook is probably the percik sauce, and maybe we air fry the tempeh as well. So it is very doable and sustainable. So this is the main motto of the foods that we are advocating. So cut out the SOS, cut out the salt, cut out oil. Like in our meals, we only do 1 tablespoon oil per meal, and no added sugar. So we've seen the outcome. Basically, from the challenges that we've done, even if it's 2 weeks, even 7 days, we've seen an improvement in this main four conditions. So diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, and obesity. So as Dr. Vaiti mentioned, all these diseases can eventually lead to heart disease. So in 2 weeks, you would see an improvement in this. So it's definitely treatable. And in the long run, if the participants are on some medications for this, they can actually taper and discontinue their medications with the advice of their regular GPs and proper blood testing and all. So in the long run, of course, it will take time. If you do continue a plant-based diet, they would also see improvements in heart disease. So there is a plant-based doctor in the US, and his name is Dr. Ornish, and he did a landmark heart trial, which actually proved that plant-based diet can reverse heart disease just by a low-fat vegetarian diet and by incorporating some lifestyle changes, so like exercise and all that kind of thing. So also cancer, stroke, digestive issues are all pretty much treatable and reversible in the long run. So I'm going to go to some statistics here. So hopefully not too boring. Okay, so I'm showing the result summary for the past 5 batches, the first 5 batches that we did. So the first 5, we had 117 people in total who did our challenges. There were 41 men and 76 women, average age of 44, and all showed a reduction in cholesterol, sugar levels, and weight. So I'm going to go into detail, like we're going to zoom into one of the challenges, which was done on the 9th to the 22nd of August, 2020. We had a total of 19 participants in that challenge, 9 men and 10 women, and the average age of 47 years old. So you would see that majority of them had high cholesterol. The normal cholesterol level should be less than 5.2, but everybody was 5.6 before the challenge. And after the 2-week challenge, basically the average came down to 4.4, which is way below normal. So that's a 21% drop, and that's quite a good achievement. LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, also was high for averagely for all the participants. It should be less than 2.58. Oh, sorry. And it came down to 2.6, so also a 25% drop. So although it's not at the normal level yet, there is still a significant drop. Triglycerides, which are like your fat cells in your body, also showed a 28% drop, as well as sugar of a 10% drop, and even weight showed a 4% drop. So that's about 3 kilogram drop in 2 weeks. So averagely, we do see a drop in weight. Like average is about 2 to 3 kilos in about 2 weeks. One of our participants who was was really doing a lot of exercise at the same time, he lost 7 kilograms in 2 weeks. So if you do incorporate a healthy lifestyle with a plant-based diet, you are likely to lose weight. And I'm going to go to our latest challenge here. So this is a graph, all right, on our challenge that we did on the 6th to the 20th December 2020. The red marker is the line before they did the challenge. So, and each dot represents each individual. So you can see the green is after. So you can see everyone dropped. So from, let's just say this participant had a cholesterol of 3.5. Then after the challenge, 2 weeks challenge, that participant dropped to 2.5. So that's a whole 1 point drop. And you would see, some have big major drops like this, some not so, but generally everybody did have a drop, and more than half was above the normal range of 5.2. And after that, more than half became lower than that. So it was a good achievement. This is the bad cholesterol. So again, you can see the before individual markers, they were all high. More than half was also again higher than the normal range. And eventually everybody had a drop. So like this guy had a big drop from 3.2 all the way down to 1.9. So it really depends on how you snack And if you incorporate, an active lifestyle, if you're exercising, you're not taking any like additional sugars or sweets and all that in between the challenges. So for us, it's always good to see a drop, and the participants are always happy when they themselves see a drop, because there are some who are on medications for like years, months, and they don't see a drop like that. And when just in just a matter of 2 weeks, they see this drop also, it's a good feeling. So fasting blood glucose also is a marker to see diabetes. So it's actually showing the sugar in your body on the day that you take your blood test. So you have the red marker, which is before. So generally, everybody's in the normal range, between 4 to 6, except this one person here. And after you see, yes, everybody have a general drop, except this one person went up. So a few things does affect your sugar levels in your body. Mainly, it's things like stress, lack of sleep, hormone imbalance, emotions also even. So it can affect this small little factor here, that maybe this is why this person was increased. But if you look at another marker, HbA1c, which is a 3-month average marker to see your sugar levels in your body for the past 3 months. So that's a more accurate marker if you want to diagnose the person as diabetes or pre-diabetic. So the usual levels for non-diabetic should be less than 5.7. 5.7 to 6.3 is pre-diabetes, and anything above that is diabetes. So again, a lot of people were in the pre-diabetes and diabetes range, but in the matter of 2 weeks, this is a 3-month marker. In the matter of 2 weeks, in our last challenge, everybody showed a drop. And this marker usually takes 3 months to reduce, and the fact that it can drop in 2 weeks is actually again showing the power of the plant-based diet, that it actually it works. It actually works to reduce your sugar levels in your body if you do have any pre-diabetes or diabetes conditions. So yeah, I think that is about all my slides. Basically, I'm saying is that we've got participants and clinical experience. They've shared their patient values, and that's our evidence here to show that plant-based diet does treat and reverse diseases and reduce your cholesterol levels, your blood sugar levels, your HbA1c, and it really does work. So I'm just hoping that everyone took home a good message today, and I'll leave you with this picture of colorful vegetables. Eat a rainbow, they say. And I hope everybody will have a good time in transitioning to the plant-based diet. The plant-based challenge is actually a really good initiative. And like I mentioned, there's always a transition period. And give your body time and give yourself time, to adjust to it. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Jessreen, and thank you. And I see the reaction from the audience. Thank you very much. Very lovely. And I think based on this reaction, definitely we probably need to feature Dr. Jessreen again in the future. So yes, so yeah, I mean, like I love the feedback and the engagements that's going on in the chat room. So yes, and please continue to ask away. So we'll proceed with the next segment straight away, and which we will then close off with the Q&A as well at the end. Okay, so